Hey everybody, welcome back. We are now at week 2 on Mr. Merrick. He's getting his face. His clothes are done. Now it's time to get his face. Week 2 on the sci-fi Mobius Battlestar Pegasus from the Battlestar Galactica series on sci-fi. And like this close to the Hunter Killer, aerial Hunter Killer being done. Got everything on it. Did quite a bit with it this week because lighting's in and everything. I just got to get down to the base, and I've spent enough time outside walking Gabriella and shoveling all that snow that right now I kind of want to stay inside. It's about 10-15 degrees outside, so I got stuff out there, and trust me, I will venture forth because I got to go venture forth taking her out. But getting there. Not a bad week at all. I really did enjoy this week. It was great fun. And with that, if you are new to my channel, please click on the subscribe button every time I upload. You'll click on the subscribe button, click the little bell, and every time I upload, you will know that I've uploaded. And again, thank you to all my subscribers. Still warms my heart. I really appreciate it. And with that, if you guys see me doing something in a build video, or if I'm doing a technique that you're not sure about, or hey, you want to know more about that technique, please ask your question, leave it in the comment section, or hey, if you need to, you can email me at bucktmoore@gmail.com with questions. I will have no problem whatsoever answering those, and if I need to, I will make another video to help that point. Also, I respond to, hey Buck, good job. Hey Buck, oh wow, that actually did work. Huh, crazy. And then Buck, what the frack were you thinking, man? Sorry. What the heck frack were you thinking? Also put those in there and I answer within 12 to 24 hours. So with that, let's get to the bench and see what I got done. Good morning, Wednesday, and back at it. I did do a little work yesterday. I finished getting the back of his jacket airbrushed in, and I was going to try to see how well that I could brush the white in, and it wasn't going so well. So now what I'm going to do is I want to wrap up his head as good as I can and do a clear coat on the suit, so then I can mask off the area so I can get the collar done. And especially when doing something like this, I find it more useful. Yeah, I know I'm not done with it yet, but at certain points you have to just lock those colors in. So that's what I'm going to do, is get these colors locked in. And then I did prime a bit on the aerial Hunter Killer, and yes, I do have some seam work to do. But yeah, so started with this, and excuse me, sorry. And I'm starting to work out the lighting for the Pegasus. Sorry. So let me get this guy, his suit clear coated, and I'll do some sanding work while that dries, and then I can get on to the rest of his shirt, and then I can clear coat it again, save it, and then I can isolate his head. That's the plan. So, alright guys, well I'm going to get at it. Well, good morning. It is Thursday, and still working on the aerial Hunter Killer. Did get the white in, and I've already touched up. Now I gotta just touch this up, make sure all this looks good, and then get a clear coat on it, and then I'll start up on the head and his arm. But show you that. And also I had a little bit of fun. So starting on this, and then yes, I'll weather even more, but this I went with burnt iron to show that heat exhaust for that. And I've got these little guys painted up and ready to get a little bit more on it. So right now I'm just going to go work on the Hunter Killer and these guys and the gun, so I can get those painted up and finished. But where I lost track there, guys, I'm using the Vallejo Model Air Metallic Black. That's what I did with the engines. I went with the black because not only does it get that nice metal, but it allows to add shading instead of me actually trying to fight for it, because there's just a lot of good detail on this. So that's what I'm doing right now. And So once I get this covered with the base coat, I will come back and share. Okay, this is now dry, and I love that metallic black. I just love it. Looks really, really awesome. And yes, the other parts are done, and I got to spray them. But yeah, so I told you I'd share what it. I just love the way that looks. Oh, so awesome. Trust me, there's going to be a lot more. All right, I'm going to get back at it. Okay, guys. Yes, getting a clear coat onto the Ariel HK. Got some touch-ups done on Mr. Merrick, but I was going to start working on, while I'm waiting on things to dry, start working on lighting my Pegasus. And like I said, the first time I ever lit anything was this ship. So I didn't realize I bought a bunch of lights that were already resistored and all that, and just kind of went, oh, it didn't turn out bad, but I've learned since then. So this time I'm using 3 mil bulbs, and what I'm doing is I'm making a point where I can sit the bulb on there nicely. So basically I'm just making a rest in there, and I've already done one, so that's what it looks like. And let me see, where are you? There you are. Sorry guys. And then as you can see, maybe, nope, as you can see, it'll rest there. Let me see if I can do this better. Sorry guys. So with that in there, now I can rest the bulb on this and be able to still get, because I want it to hit more in the middle of this engine, and that's why I'm putting these guys in there. And then yes, I'm also going to be using some butterfly LEDs for this part too, and I will share those with you when I start doing them. But right now I'm going to get these guys put in place. So I will be back. Well, good afternoon. It is Friday, and yes, I'm back at the bench. First things, to all my brothers and sisters out there, happy Veterans Day. Have a good day. And then we got our first big storm of the year, or the season, and it put down about around 10.5 to 11 inches. So I spent the morning getting things shoveled so my wife could get to work, and man, it's a heck of a workout. But what I did yesterday is I gloss coated it, and then I started doing my panel line accent to help create a bit more weathering on here. And I got another thing I'm going to do to this, and besides put the stand on and get going on the base, but I'm going to go with some smoke, and I'll show you, and let's share that with you guys when I start that. But yeah, not too shabby. Really liking it. Alright guys, well I'm going to get going on this, and I'll be back and I will share. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm adding a little bit more grit, grime, and dirt. So I'm using Tamiya's X19 smoke to help grunge it up a little bit more. And before you ask, yes, I know in the movies these guys were all just pretty and shiny. I mean, it shows that evil, but for me, human race is putting up one hell of a fight. I know they're going to kick some butt on these guys, so I want to show that fight. That's why it's still the metal, but it's dulled down a bit. But got smoke in here, and I thinned it down, and then basically it's going to be hard to see. But what I like to do is I'll come back, I'll turn it where I can see it, and then I'll just go like this with the coat. And then I'll just get it all on there. And the great thing about some of this too, with this smoke, if you want, you can just add a little bit harder pads on it like that, you know, just to give it a little more oomph. But most part, this I just like this, just getting her in. Making sure everybody's getting happy. This side. Oh, even like that, sometimes what I'll do is I got a little bit of paint pickup. I didn't get enough seal on it. So if I get a little bit of that, I'm not gonna try to redo it, or repaint it, but I'm gonna use the damage help. And let's see if I can get you to see that little bit of damage there. So what I'm gonna do is I have my brush, and I'm gonna dry brush a little bit of black on there, just to help give it that. Oh my God, what took a hit here, right? So just trying to get my brush loaded up. Okay, and then like I said, I'll just go in here and just kind of start dry brushing with that black to show a little bit of a hit, like so, and get my brush cleaned off, because I have a bad habit. If I don't clean it right away, I'll forget, and then I'll go to use that brush again and go, crap, why didn't I clean that? But yeah, so now again, and then I'll just go in and just keep going, make sure I got everything where I want it for the most part, or for the part. And let's see. Okay, so now I'm gonna clean my airbrush out. I'm gonna and I'm gonna let this sit and dry before I manhandle it, and try to figure out if there's any more detail that needs to be done. So that's where that is, guys. And I've got Mr. Merrick. I got to do a final gloss coat to his suit, and make sure that's well good and protected, and then get started on his face and his arm and hand. Alright, so I'm going to get this drying, and I will return. Okay, forgive my exhaust fan getting Mr. Merrick's clothes taken care of. I wanted to share something with you. Like I said, I'm doing the lighting, and the kit, if you decide to light it, there is no pathway for the engine's wiring to go into where it needs to be. So what I did is I've taken the bottoms, and you really only need one, and I drilled where I want it, and it comes right out here in the middle, and it's good. Even though there is detail here, it's going to be gone when you'll get the hint, but not there. So with the one that has the hole where I want it, this is a T.B.I Craft Tools drill. It's a love-hate kind of relationship. I like it some points, and then some points it's like, oh my God, come on. But it's great for doing this because it's not going to heat up, go so fast that it's going to melt the plastic, and then sometimes, yeah, like that. It also doesn't like to get everything out either sometimes, but so just like that, now we have that hole. And so I wanted to share that with you guys before I actually went and did it, and I didn't show what I did there. So I'm going to finish up this and the bottom of the hole, and then probably while Mr. Merrick's getting dry and ready to go, I'm going to start working on the lighting, at least for the engines, so I can get those started taken care of. So I'll be back when I have more to share. Good morning, it's Saturday and it is cold. I know, you're in North Dakota, Buck, it's going to be cold. Yeah, I know, but yeah. But I digress. I've got Mr. Merrick, I've got his clear coat sealer on. I'll be working with him today. I also am going to start putting the engines together for the Pegasus. Now, like I said, pretty simple, and when I get it all together, I'll show you. But this is the wiring. Yes, I am running two lights. This is the flicker blue, and yeah, it's blue, and it does flip. Sorry, guys. I got this at HDX. It is a 3mm flicker LED blue. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. And let me see if I can just make sure I got the right one. I'll just go and, get them both up, but okay. either way, they're both resistor, but show you that effect, maybe. Okay. So as you can see, it starts to flicker. So I love that because it's going to give a good impression of the engine's firing. So that's where I'm at, and I've got the this is, you know, where the thrust and exhaust and all that come out. But I've already painted these. I went with these guys and did a burnt iron from MIG, and also when I take these apart, I will be loving to show you how I blocked them to keep that clear in there, and I'll share that with you when these guys get dry and I start putting those in. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to start getting these guys together and getting them done. And so, yay. I'm going to see how well this is diffused to, I'm going to diffuse on the clear part too, but yeah, oh, and I forgot, I was supposed to show you this guys too. Sorry. But let me see. So you can see there's that one there, and then sorry, gotta get it. Hold on, 2 seconds. Let's do that. Nope. Let's do this, and there you can see that. And trust me, there'll be less, but I wanted to do that. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get back at it, and as I have more to share, I will be back to share. Yes, I did have one more thing to share. This is a 1.8 butterfly LED, and I love these things. These things work great. Let me see if I can pull one out to show you, because I said I was going to do that, right? Okay. Way wee little. And I'm sorry about that. It didn't focus. Way wee little. And the best, easiest way, if you ever do go with these guys, where you see the black, that is the negative side. So, yay. And I'm going to start putting them in, and that's why I also drilled out a little bit for the bulb point to go there. And yeah, so, all right, now I'm going to get back to work. I shared everything that I said I was going to share with you yesterday. All right, I'll be back. Yes, the exhaust fan is going on again. These guys are done. There's going to be a bit of touch-up. But I wanted to share, so best as I can. So what I did to easily, like, you know, leave them clear as I could, I've used this a lot. This is Micro Mask. I've used it on a lot of things, mostly with these, you know, very in particular clear parts that need it. It's not bad. It's not bad. I will say that. It does pretty good. But also it's a pain in the butt sometimes to work with. So just sits in like that, and as you can see, it comes out clear. Now I have to go do whatever little touch-ups I need to, because I got to, because it didn't get all the way around. But again, it makes doing this, instead of me trying to put a piece of tape or something in there, this liquid mask worked great. Now, of course, yes, I'm going to sand the back some to diffuse the light a bit more. But I need to get some touch-up painting done before I do that. And then, once that's set, I can start putting these guys in. And hopefully get the engines tied up, or put together. I've got all the lights run. Now what you're seeing here, this black, if you haven't ever seen, I got this, again, what a great and wonderful idea from Lou over at Aztec Dummy. He uses this a lot, and I picked up, you know, I watched his channel. And it's Tulip Slick. This is black Tulip Slick. And it is great. This is t-shirt fabric paint, but it works great for helping do light block on stuff that you need to light block. Because the engine's going to flicker, I don't want this light flickering, so that's why I put it just a straight LED in there. So that is there. So I've got those light blocked. I'm working on these. Mr. Merrick is now all dressed up, or you know, the ever fashionable Playboy or paper towel jacket. Sorry. And start working on him. And yeah, so I'm gonna get these guys finished up. I have got the HK getting a matte clear coat now. Still gotta work on the base, but I want to at least get this up and done so I can at least get the clear parts in that today. But so yeah, all right guys, I'm going to get back at it. Okay, first round of Mr. Merrick's face is getting there. And yes, it's black, but I'm going to show you here real quick. So I remember I told you after watching Lou Yu's game air on his channel, Aztec Dummy, I wanted to give it a shot, and I went with the Vallejo game air face painting. And yeah, I mean it's pretty good. I mean, I've done this before, but I wanted to use their colors to help do it better. But the one thing I'm going to do this time, for the most part, is what I'm changing is I'm going with what they say. So 3 fine coats of the black primer, which, you know, you got to use those. Oh. And then the gray primer, 2 coats of that, 2 fine coats, and then go from there. And that's what I'm working on. See if I can get even better detail. Yeah. Also got these guys all touched up and cleared out now, and letting them get dry. Did do burnt iron on the back. I know it's kind of weird, but I want to be in there, so I already know it's there, and it's kind of my thing. And then I got to do some sanding on his hand. But yeah, plan is wait for those to get dry. Then I want to try to start getting the engines all together before the end of the day, and hopefully get the next coat on, the gray primer coat onto Mr. Merrick, and go from there. But first I'm going to go grab some lunch. But yeah, so not too shabby at all. Alright guys, I will return. Alright, decent lunch, good lunch. Now I'm going to get back to work on getting the lighting done, and yes, even before I turn the camera on, I got the next onto Mr. Merrick. So yay, so that's drying. But I thought I'd share with you how I know you've seen it before, but how I come to how I do what I do and why I plan, where I plan to put wires. And by that I mean, yes, I'm trying to think of where's the bulb, where's this, where's the wires going to go. Because when you don't, something's always going to happen. So I wanted to share that with you guys. So we know that my on the bottom part of this, the bottom part of this thruster engine is the hole, and I know it's going to be right here in the middle. So the first thing I need to do is I need to get anything kind of out of the way like this, and start getting these guys, kind of get everything to its point, and I'll show you. So like I know negatives, it's kind of a weird thing, but here. Okay. So I know that both the negatives are over here, and I know both the positives are over here. Now the next thing that I am going to do is I'm going to lock these two right here, right now. So I don't have to worry about trying to get them back and just messing with them, and sometimes it can be more of a pain in the butt. And dang, glue gun. There we go. Okay, now I'll let that get cooled down. Doesn't take very long, and yes, do not worry. There are the spider webs of hot glue. Okay, now that I got both these guys here, the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to trim them back, and I don't trim that much, but I want to take some of it off, and I'll show you why I'm doing that here in just a second. Okay, so why I'm doing that, one is then I can come back here and I have enough slack to do that for both sides. All right, stick down. Okay. So now, again, I just strip the wiring most of the way. Just depends. And with this 30W AG, you can do it if you got some fingernails. If not, you're definitely going to want to get this. And I know I get questioned a lot on it, so let's see here. Good point. Okay, so this is a VecTech CB-30M, and it's what I found. I found it on Amazon, and it's what I use to strip the wire when my fingernails aren't good enough. And sometimes you really do have to use that, because sometimes the ground wire just goes nuts, won't do it. Okay, enough of that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these two, get them locked in, and yeah, the fun of the twisty twist, right? Okay, now that I got those in, I'm going to cut a new line so that I don't have to run both. And that's pretty much why I did this. I don't have to run two different things because they're both resistor, they're both negative, there's no program to them. So I can made them together here and then make one wire on that. I don't have to run both bulbs LED, wiring down. So yay. Yeah. Okay. Then the fun part again is just coming over here and getting it all nice and nice. And I'll do this for the negative, the black wire, so you guys can see, because I know like I said, I got good fingernails. So with this tool and the 30W A and G, I can. It has a stripper right here, and I can do that, and it gets the insulation off. And then this tool also helps you to wire to let them on LED bulbs like that, and we'll definitely share that again. If not, go back to some of my lighting videos and I definitely show it in those. But the twisting of using this on an LED. Okay, so I got my solder iron already ready. I'm going to get it ready to go, and then I just do that, and there we go. Maybe. Okay, give it a little more. Okay, good to go. Now, I know I'm not going to need all of that, okay? So I'm going to trim it down and make it a little easier to work with. Okay. Then I've got my shrink tubing, and I cut just a little bits off because I don't need big ones. And then I'll get these guys set on. Maybe. I try to do them one at a time because sometimes I'll melt. And if you get too close, you can melt through the wire and the connection. So be careful with that. Because trust me, I thought everything was going great, and then I went to go test the lighting, and oh, it's not lighting up, but it was just lighting up, and then, yeah. Oh, darn it, see? Dang fingers. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to let these guys get cooled down for a second, and then while they're doing that, I'm going to, again, I'm going to hot glue the extra and let it get set. Okay, same thing here. I'm going to get it hot glued down. It's a great thing about some of this stuff. And here we go. And now I want to keep a good idea, if you can, always keep where you soldered the wires together. Try to get that into the kit where you're going, because if you don't, sometimes you're going to have to drill bigger holes, and man, it gets to be a pain. And sometimes you have to, but if you can, try to keep it, not running down into the next part of the kit. Just trying to keep it all love and life right here. Whew. Yay. Okay, and then I'll go back after a bit and get all the the wires and all that fun jazz. And but yeah, so now it'll be easier to fit together. So I'm not gonna make you guys watch me do the last 4 of these, but I thought I would share that with you. So I'm gonna get back at it, and I will be back. Computer. Okay, guys. Well, I got the engines taken care of, and I've got the last bits glued onto, or put onto the Ariel H Hunter Killer, and now I'm gonna start giving Mr. Merrick some more love. So this is Vallejo Game Air Flash 72609, and it's going to be the bass. And as you guys see, I'm just lightly going. I'm not even keeping my airbrush that close. And just getting it on there. I thought I'd share that with you guys. So. Yay, right? Right. So, okay. Sorry about that, guys. That's where I'm going to stop there, and I'm not going to make you guys finish watching me do it. But when it's finished, when this base coat's finished, I'll turn the camera back on and share with you guys. So, I will return. Okay, the flush base coat is on, and getting some things figured out for the Pegasus. But I know it's not on the base yet. That will come next week when I get it finished. But I thought I'd give you a good pick of the Hunter Killer. And then I will do this too. And okay, I'm going to do this and this. And try to keep these two apart so I can turn this. So, yeah, and then not too bad if I do say so. It's nice. Okay, not bad. All right. I wanted to share that with you, and yes, I will have a idea. I already have an idea going for the base. I just have to get going on it and doing that, but yay. And then the other thing I'm doing is what I mean by what I was looking at on the Pegasus is when you put the 2 engine halves together, they're very, very, very tough to get apart, and I do mean it. So what I did is not only did I take this one off so I could run that, but I also just took these 2 off because it's got this wonderful inside lip, so I'm not so worried about not having structure and all that. So see here, just so you guys can see what this is going to look like together when I do get it together. Get you turned around, and there. Now, no muss, no fuss, and I'm going to enjoy that. So let's do this real quick. I'll let you guys see that. Get you turned off, get you turned off, and still blowing out on the camera, but we know that. But yes, I'm very happy with that. So, yay! Alright, now I'm going to decide whether I need to add any more stuff in there to help diffuse it more, or just leave it to go, because I did sand those pretty good. But Yeah, if it's me, guys, if you're doing the Pegasus, take these two points off too, because I mean, as you can see, there's that nice lip in there, so there's enough to bite to, and it's just going to be a lot easier, guys. So with that, I'm going to get back at it, and I'll come back when I have more to share. Okay, well, this is where I'm going to stop it for the week. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Got 99% of the aerial hunter killer done, and see if you can see down there, yeah. And then got some of the work on the engines. Got all that lovely lighting and wiring in. Let's show it that. And then finished up Mr. Merrick's suit, and then got started on his face. So yeah, not a bad shabby week at all, guys. So with that, have a great, safe, and fun weekend. Have a great, safe, and fun week next week. And I'll see y'all back here on the bench.